Hello there, my name is Akash Mishra, and I, along with my friends Sarvesh Gupta and Prabhu Anand, have worked on this beautiful project called RFID based smart shopping system for a final year project, of course. Uh, Before getting into the crux of how a project works, we need to address two very important questions: who needs this project and why do they need it? So, to answer this question, I will somewhat put it like this: technology has its advantages as well as disadvantages. At one end, it is making our lives super easy, but at the other end, it is making us lazy, of course. So if I ask you a question, that I give you a certain list of items to be bought, what would you prefer, going to the market physically or ordering it online? Obviously the answer would be order it online because it is super convenient. But if you look at it with a different perspective, you will realize that the shops, the supermarkets, the retail shops, which still encourage customers to physically come and buy stuff, are losing their customer base heavily to these giants like Amazon, Flipkart, and all other online marketing players which are prevalent in our industry. So we need to do something to strike a balance between these giants and these supermarket owners, these retail owners. This is looking at this problem with one perspective. I'll give you another perspective. Okay, so when you enter these supermarkets or retail shops, there are loads of problems that these customers face. So let's address this problem. So suppose I go out there in a shop and I buy all the items which I need and I put it in my trolley, of course. Then I need to stand in a long queue uh, to just to get to the bill counter, which is a sheer waste of time, which can be totally avoided and which needs to be totally avoided. Also, let me give you another example. So uh, when I reach the bill counter, finally, when I get my turn, there is a high possibility that there might be a struggle for change. Or another example could be that when I'm putting the items of my trolley one by one into the conveyor onto the conveyor belt, there might be a mix up between different people. So, see, customers are facing a lot of problems even when they are physically shopping. So, it is quite convenient for them to leave this option and switch to the online option, which is prevalent today. So, we as a group in our project have totally considered this problem, and we have decided to more or less partially or completely eliminate this long queue system which we have in these shops. Secondly, we have worked on defining or maybe categorizing the customers into two broad categories. So let me talk about it. According to us, customers are of two types. The type 1 can be random customers. Suppose I have the supermarket and a customer arrives at my doorstep. So this might be a customer who is just there for a one time visit. He just wants to try this shop, and there is a huge possibility that he may not revert back later. So, and the second category is, of course, those customers for which our shop is pretty convenient, maybe due to its geographical locations, or if they enjoy our services in their first attempt, they might revert. So these are categorized as regular customers. So in our project, we are broadly going to speak on both the customer types and what solution we are going to provide to make their life easier. Because, see, when we talk about these supermarkets and retail shops, they have to do something to remain in the business. Either they need to upgrade themselves and adapt to online shopping methods. This is one. But there is another option that they can uplift themselves with the help of technology, and this is the kind of solution we are aiming to provide in our project. So for case 1, the random customers, what we suggested is an RFID based trolley system. So there will be a set of trolleys like we know, and each trolley will have an RFID reader. Now, all the items in the shop will be configured with an RFID tag. So, what do we do next? The customer will arrive. He will, he will just venture the shop and put all the items that he needs into the basket or the trolley. And while putting it, he will scan the tags of those items onto the reader. The reader will have an LCD display. LCD display will display the name of the item, the quantity, and the cost of it, and then he keeps it in the trolley. So when he feels, uh, when he if he feels that he doesn't want a particular item, he can rescan it and it deletes. So when he is finally done shopping, he needs to press a switch that will, you know amalgamate all the information of all the items that he has purchased till now, along with its cost, and transfer this information to the server, which in our case is a cloud based server. uh, and finally the bill will be generated over there, so all he needs to do is go there and pay the bill. So in this case we have completely eliminated the long queue system. Now let's talk about the case 2. So what we are providing here is a QR code based system. So what we'll do, we'll generate QR codes for uniquely for each item of the shop, and we'll put it on each item. And now since we are talking about a regular customer, so he will pay his allegiance to us by downloading an app, a mobile application. He will register with us, and he will be able to get the perks out of this registration. So he will have this mobile app which we can use it from anywhere, not just localized to this shop. So when he enters the shop, he has the mobile app, he ventures around, he puts things in the trolley. He can make use of that LCD system. Now, as and when he's putting the items into the basket or the trolley, he's scanning them with the help of the QR code scanner that is present in that app. And everything that he shops is getting stored along with the item name and the cost, and it is getting transferred to the cloud database that we have. So, and then finally when he's done with his shopping, then he can just press a button and his bill will be generated. So with this, not only is he able to shop dynamically, but he can also keep records of the different days he has visited the shop and the different things he has bought on particular days. So he has a full history of his shopping. Along with that, we are providing uh, shopping memos. So if you're planning to visit the store the next day, you can sit and make memos about the things you want to buy the next day. So broadly we have spoken about two types of customers, and this is the cornerstone of our project. Now, to explain these cases separately, I will hand over the cue to Sarvesh Gupta and Prabhu Anand respectively. Thank you.
Hi, I am Sarvesh. Akash must have already given you the brief introduction about our project. So not wasting much time over there, I will take you to the hardware aspect of our project. So the major components of our hardware includes 16 by 20 LCD screen, RFID reader, RFID tags. We are using passive RFID tags. We are also using Arduino Uno microcontroller that will be coded by Arduino IDE. Very important, we have ESP8266 that is used to take the data from RFID reader, that is hardware component, to the server part of the system. So having explained you the major components of our project, let us directly see how hardware really works by the help of this video.
Okay, so our hardware goes as.
Hello, namaste. This is our project called RFID based smart shopping system. So यहाँ पे अभी मैं आपको डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिखाऊंगा, एंड दिस इज़ इमरजेंसी ड्रिल. सो ये हमारा सर्किट है, ये एलसीडी, ये आपका आर्डुइनो बोर्ड, और ये बाकी ये कनेक्शंस. ये हमारा सपोजिटली कोड है. अब मैं आपको परफॉर्म करके दिखाऊंगा. ये मैं पहली चीज़ टैग कर रहा हूँ, ये टोटल कॉस्ट प्रिंट कर रहा है। अब मैं दूसरा टैग को स्कैन करूँगा रीडर पे, ये मुझे टोटल कॉस्ट प्रिंट करके दिखा रहा है। अब मैं ऑलरेडी स्कैन्ड आइटम को वापस स्कैन करूँगा जिससे वो डिलीट होगा, तो वो 50 - 30 टोटल कॉस्ट 20 हो गया। अब मैंने जो सेकंड आइटम को स्कैन किया था उसको मैं वापस स्कैन करूँगा, जो कि मैगी था। अब वो वापस 20 - 20 दैट इज़ टोटल कॉस्ट 0 हो गया। तो ये हमारा बेसिक ग्राउंड वर्क है इस प्रोजेक्ट का, जिसको हम आगे कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।
Okay, so I guess more or less the video has explained everything how the hardware works, but still if someone wants to know how the system really works, so the radio frequency identification tags, that is RFID tags, are basically of two types: active RFID tags and passive RFID tags. Active RFID tags that has their own power input, that is battery operated. These tags are used in offices where employees scan these tags to get the entry in the premises. And the passive RFID tags that we are using in our project are basically coil based, like here. So whenever the radio frequency comes in the vicinity of this RFID tag, this coil gets activated, and by this chip a data is transmitted, and that is received as an input for the radio RFID reader. So RFID reader then sends the data from RFID reader to the server by the help of ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. Having explained this, now let me take you to the actual code of our Arduino IDE that is used to control the microcontroller Arduino Uno. I won't show you the whole code as I have already jotted out into the black book, but I will show you some important chunks. So here it goes. We are using mfrc522.h header file that has the libraries to read the RFID tags. We are also using an mfrc522 initiate.begin function that keeps the count of how many times the RFID tags has been initialized. So we are considering two cases. First is the configuration of the RFID tag, and second is scanning of the tag by the customer. So the configuration part has been done by the administration department of the shop, which takes the product name and product price for every tag, and the scanning of the RFID tag is obviously done by the customer. So if the customer scans for the first time, the count will be initiated from 0 to 1 and the product gets added in the cart. But if the customer scans for the second time, this time the product gets deleted from the cart. So whenever the count is even number of times, that is 2, 4, 6, the item get deleted from the cart. Whereas when the count is odd number of times, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on, it gets added to the cart. This is the major cornerstone of our hardware prospect. The further software part will be more betterly explained by Prabhu Anand. Over to you, Prabhu.
Everyone, I'm Prabhu Anand. As my friends have already presented you about the introduction part of our project as well as about the hardware part, I would like to demonstrate you about the working of our software part. We have developed a mobile app which we have named it as a MallPay. Now I will show you the working of the app. So this is a mobile app which we have developed. We have named this as MallPay. This is the first page where user have to register their phone number before shopping or using this app. So I am entering my phone number. There is an OTP based verification which has happened. So first of all, the user has to, during first login, the user has to register their first name, last name and email address, which will be stored in the database. I will enter my name here. Okay. Now you can see now this is the page. It has redirected to the main page where there is QR scanner and the cart and all the functionality of the project here, shopping list, profile, logout. Before going to this thing, I will explain you about the database part where where everything we have done till now is stored. We have used a Firebase cloud storage as a database. Now in the authentication, you can see the number which I have entered now is stored in the database, and with date and everything is stored. Here it is user UID. A unique ID is created which is referred from the code, from the Java main activity code to the app part for verification. Through this the OTP verification is happening. Now I will show you, since I have registered it, now I will show you the. So this is our database. Here you can see we have used two database storage. One is Cloud Firestore and real-time database. In Cloud Firestore, we will store the details of the user, such as whatever now we have registered, the phone number and the name, username, email ID, everything. And real-time database will be about the details of the product, such as Maggi item or something else like that. So coming to the Cloud Firestore, I have gone to the user part where now we have entered the mail ID, first name and the last name, which is stored in the database, and a unique ID is created, something like WLEQ, which will be used as a primary key. I will explain about that later, we will see more in detail about that in the real-time database for buying the products, everything. You can see here also the name which we have entered, the mail ID and the phone number, everything is stored here. So what is the profit of this or benefit of this? This is like when coming to the shopping part, there will be hundreds of users logging at the same time. So it is not like static. Hundreds of user detail will be fetched on the database simultaneously. For example, for someone is logging from Mumbai, he will be entering his mobile number and other one from somewhere else, and everyone's detail will be stored here. You can see we have already logged in from different user ID, and it is stored here. Now we will move on to the main functionality of the project. Before putting the products in the shopping cart, the scanning of the product has to be done. So here is the QR code scanner, which you can see on the bottom of the screen. We have used the GoQR.me website. To generate the few QR codes. Once I will be scanning the product one or the item with the scanner, I will show you. You can see it fetches the detail of the product on the mobile screen with the item name, that is Gits Gulab Jamun, then its description and the price, and you can see the total price is also added. Similarly, I will show you the details of few products. Now you can see the second product is also added to the screen, and the thing is the cost of the two products have been added successfully. Similarly, we can do it for the third as well as for the fourth product. Similarly, for the third product and for the fourth product, I have scanned, and you can see the total price which have been added for all the fourth product. Similarly, once the product is scanned, the detail of the product is fetched in real time, which you can see here on the database. Whatever the items have been scanned, whatever the item has been scanned, the 4 item, the data has been fetched in the scanned item for the item 1, 2, 3, 4, which you can see here the name of the item and its price, everything you can see here. When the user deletes the data from the list, it can be seen from the scanned item content. I will show you one more. I will delete now Maggie item from the list, that is cart, and you can see the Maggie item is removed from the scan item. Now only two product is there in the app screen as well as in the scanned item of the database. So in order to finish the shopping, now when the shopping has been successfully, we have to click on the cart displayed on the screen. So now I will click on the cart displayed on the screen. Now the purchased item has been fetched in the content of brought item, as you can see there. Here are the two purchased item 1 and item 2 on the unique user ID which I have shown you previously. All these items have been purchased by the user previously. With the help of this fetched data, the retailer comes to know the detail of the product that is highly purchased in the shop and the product which is not been sold in the shop. Secondly, whenever the user feel to buy the product from his or her own location, he or she can add the product name in the shopping list from which he or she have logged in. Now I will type 5 kg rice. Once the user enters the product name, you can see the admin of this server can see the requirement of a product of the user. You can see on the screen the 3 product name, 2 parachute required, 3 gids gulab jamun and the 5 kg of the rice. I hope you have got the clarity of working of this project. Now my friend Akash will explain in detail about the future scope of our project as well as the conclusion of the demonstration.
Hello again. So I believe that my friends have already demonstrated this project for you. Now on an ending note, I would like to summarize and point out a few things regarding a project. So RFID systems are of two types: ultra high frequency systems and low frequency systems. Anywhere in practicality, only the low frequency RFID systems will be used. Secondly, if we speak about the practicality of this project, so I would like to point out that the kind of RFID tags that we have used in our demonstration can certainly be not used in practical terms, but there have been certain tags that are manufactured, RFID tags that have been manufactured. I will show it to them. So these are paper based RFID tags, if you see clearly. Yeah, and their starting price is from ₹7, and Sarvesh had earlier spoken to you about the coil that is present in the RFID tag. So that's that. So all I want to say is that this project has practical terms. It is not just restricted to the paper, and I believe that it will successfully replace the pre-existing barcode system. Now before concluding, I would like to mention 4 future work cases that I have identified over the course of time. So first one is a payment gateway. The mobile app that we have developed definitely needs a payment gateway. Second, inventory management. The RFID tags that we are speaking about that are prevalent on each item of the shop can also be used to help the management to keep a track of all the items in the shop. That is inventory management. Thirdly, the mobile app, the QR code generator and the database contains the history of all your shopping. The database contains the history of whatever you have shopped. So this can be used, the data can be used and coupled along with some ML algorithm, and you can keep track of your shopping history, how much you are spending weekly, monthly. It gives you a track of that. Thirdly, and finally, there is an important topic that needs to be addressed: security against shoplifting. So there is a high possibility that I might take an item, or I might just just hide it somewhere in my clothes or my bag, and without scanning it onto the RFID reader. So how do we avoid this kind of shoplifting? So one suggested solution for this is that on the exit point of the shop there should be a high frequency RFID detector which would detect all the unscanned tags. This is one way. And if you feel that the shoplifter might just remove the RFID tag and throw it away, then I believe that can be avoided with the help of CCTVs. So I would like to end this discussion right here and would thank you for being a part of this. Thank you so much.